Melania, Tadej and Luka made Slovenia go viral, but most people still can find it on a map. Thanks to Get Your Guide, the sponsor of this video, I just explored Slovenia, and these are its 5 most unreal places you need to see. Alpine lakes, cliffside castles, underground fairy tale worlds, and even the Adriatic Sea. And everything in between is pure magic. And you can see it all within an hour's drive from here. It's tiny, safe, and ridiculously charming capital, Ljubljana. Perched high above the city is Predjama Castle, a medieval fortress that once defended the Habsburg Empire from the Ottoman invasions. Today, it's a museum, a cultural venue, place of great restaurants and wine bars, and home to the best panoramic view of Ljubljana. You can hike up or take the easy route with a scenic funicular. Warping around the castle hill spreads the old town. It's all cobblestone lanes, pastel medieval buildings and hidden courtyards, completely pedestrian and full of charm. One of the gems here is the fountain of 3 Carniolan rivers sculpted by Francesco Roba, a symbol of Ljubljana's rich heritage. Then there's the Ljubljanica river, flowing right through the city center. Its banks are lined with cafes, bars and leafy promenade. This is the city's living room, where you can soak in the relaxed cafe culture. By day, locals sip coffee under the trees. By night, the riverside transforms into a buzzing social scene. The charming river is crossed by beautiful bridges, and one of them is guarded by 4 dragons. You'll spot dragons all over Ljubljana, on bridges, beer bottles and even the city flag. Legend says the Greek hero Jason slayed a dragon here and it's been the city symbol ever since. And speaking of bridges, don't miss Triple Bridge, beautiful design by Ljubljana's star architect Jože Plečnik, who redesigned half of the city. He's like Slovenia's Gaudi, who has redesigned much of the city and turned everyday streets into sculpted harmony. Finally, take a walk through Tivoli Park, the city's green lung. It stretches right into the city center. It's yet another reason the city feels more like a tranquil village than a capital. All in all, Ljubljana is clean, safe, walkable and endlessly surprising. It might be one of Europe's smallest capitals, but it's also one of the most memorable and the perfect base to explore everything this country has to offer. And just 1 hour to the north, in the foothills of the Alps, is unreal, picture-perfect Lake Bled, Slovenia's most iconic destination. This emerald green lake comes with everything. A tiny island with a church, a 1000-year-old castle perched on a cliff, and views that belong in a fantasy novel. In the 19th century, Bled became a wellness gateway thanks to its clean air, alpine climate and thermal springs which still feed the pools in the lakeside hotels today. For a royal view, climb up to Café Belvedere, designed by Slovenia's most famous architect Jože Plečnik. It once served as a royal tea terrace for Yugoslav kings and presidents, including Tito, who hosted world leaders here with cigars and cognac. For the best view of it all, hike to Mala Osojnica viewpoint. It's steep, shady and totally worth it, especially for that perfect Instagram shot. And standing here, it's easy to see how legends were born. They say this was once a fairy meadow until the fairies, angered by grazing sheep, summoned a flood that spared only one hill, now the island in the middle of the lake. And one of the best ways to take in Bled is to walk the 6-kilometer path around the lake. You'll find cozy cafes, peaceful swim spots and jaw-dropping views every few steps. Or skip the steps and hop on a tourist train, a bike or even a horse-drawn carriage. For a bit of adrenaline, head to Straža Hill. In summer, it's home to an adventure park and high-speed toboggan run with lake views. In winter, if the snow is deep enough, it becomes a charming little ski slope right above the town. But you can't leave without trying Bled's legendary cream cake, invented right here at Hotel Park. Crispy, creamy, sweet perfection. Find the original version at Kavarna Park and grab a seat with lake views. Swimming is allowed almost everywhere in Lake Bled, but the most popular spot is Velika Zaka beach at the far end of the lake. You can rent a kayak, soup, or hop on a pletna boat, traditional wooden rowboats that have ferried visitors for centuries. The ride to the island is smooth, scenic, and seriously photogenic.
Bled Island is home to a 15th century church where they say if you ring its bell and make a wish, it just might come true. But long before Christianity, this was a sacred site dedicated to a Slavic goddess of love and fertility. Even today, the island remains a place of love. Couples come here to get married, and tradition says the groom must carry the bride up all 99 stone steps for a lifetime of happiness. Towering above it all is Bled Castle, the oldest in Slovenia. Perched 130 meters above the lake, it's a fortress with over 1,000 years of history. Inside you'll find a small museum with a recreated Gutenberg printing press. And yes, there's a restaurant with views so breathtaking they might just outshine the food. The view over the lake and its island is one you'll never forget. But Slovenia's most mind-blowing wonder lies underground. Just 45 minutes southeast of Ljubljana is Postojna Cave, a 24-kilometer labyrinth of tunnels, galleries and chambers carved over millions of years.
And the best way to book it? With today's sponsor, Get Your Guide. They are the world's leading platform for travel experiences with over 110,000 activities in more than 150 countries. From iconic landmarks to hidden gems you never find on your own. So when they offered to sponsor this video, I was honestly thrilled. I've been using Get Your Guide for the past 3 years and it's been a total game changer. Easy, convenient and super reliable. Let me show you.
Just type Postojna Cave into the app and boom! A list of experiences pops up with prices, duration and reviews. Tap the one you like to see full details, photos and real user ratings. Pick your date, number of people and tap Book Now. No ticket lines, no printed tickets, everything is stored right into the app. Plus, most tours offer free cancellation up to 24 hours in advance and you always have 24/7 customer support.
So thank you Get Your Guide for sponsoring this channel and for taking the stress out of booking unforgettable experiences.
And what's the best part about Postojna Cave? You don't have to hike for hours to see it. It's the only cave in the world with double-track railway, so you just hop on a train and glide straight into fantasy world of towering stalagmites, glowing curtains and surreal formations that look too perfect to be real. And if you come in December, you'll find the world's largest live nativity scene and music spectacle inside a cave with hundreds of performers acting it underground. But what really makes this place magical are real dragons. Not the fire-breathing kind, but the Olm, a blind pale salamander with red gills that locals believed were baby dragons washed up from the depths. And honestly, it kinda looks like one. Postojna Cave is one of the most famous places to see olms in the wild. You can spot them in a special aquarium inside the cave or at the nearby vivarium, which showcases the bizarre life that thrives underground. Back above the ground, the surprises keep coming. Postojna Cave Park includes restaurants, museums and Hotel Jama, a once top-secret surveillance room from Yugoslavia's communist regime. Tours run year-round and last about 90 minutes with 3.2 km by train and the rest on foot. The temperature is a cool 10 degrees centigrade or 50 Fahrenheit, so bring a jacket. In high season, it gets busy, so it's smart to book in advance with Get Your Guide. For the best value, grab a combo ticket that includes nearby Predjama Castle, just 10 minutes away. This is another unreal sight, one of the most dramatic castles on Earth. Perched halfway up 120-meter cliff and partially built into a natural cave, it holds the title of largest cave castle in the world according to Guinness. The original Gothic structure dates back over 800 years, but its fame comes not just from its architecture, but from its legend. In the 15th century, Predjama was home to Erasmus of Lueg, a rebellious knight, nobleman, and Slovenia's very own Robin Hood. Erasmus got into serious trouble with the Habsburgs, the mighty rulers of the region, after killing a high-ranking imperial commander in a duel, reportedly over an insult to a friend. That didn't sit well with the Habsburg court, and Erasmus quickly found himself a wanted man. So he fled Vienna and took refuge in his cliffside stronghold, Predjama Castle. Imperial troops soon arrived to lay siege, determined to starve him out. But Erasmus had a secret: a hidden passage through the caves behind the castle leading to the valley below. While the army waited, Erasmus feasted, even tossing down roasted oxen just to mock them. The fortress seemed truly impregnable until one careless mistake changed everything. A servant, bribed by the besiegers, revealed the spot where Erasmus liked to use the toilet on the outer wall. The next time he sat down, a well-aimed cannonball brought the legend to a sudden and very undignified end. They say his grieving sweetheart buried him outside the nearby church and planted a linden tree over his grave, which still grows here today. You can explore the castle year-round with a self-guided audio tour that takes about 45 minutes. Inside you'll find furnished rooms, secret staircases, and yes, even the infamous toilet spot. Since Predjama sits roughly halfway between Ljubljana and the coast, it makes the perfect stop on your way to one of Slovenia's most picture-perfect seaside towns, Piran. This tiny gem rests on a narrow peninsula warped in turquoise water and packed with history. Piran spent over 500 years under the Republic of Venice, and it shows. Its winding stone alleys, pastel facades, and hidden courtyards fill straight out of a Venetian painting. Later, it became a flourishing spa town under the Austro-Hungarian Empire, then part of Italy, Yugoslavia, and finally Slovenia. Climb up to the medieval town walls, perch high on the hill. Built in the 14th and 15th centuries to defend against Ottoman invasions, they offered the best panoramic views of the peninsula, sea, and even the Alps on a clear day. Back down in the heart of town is Tartini Square, once a fishing harbor, now a grand oval piazza ringed by cafes, elegant buildings, and a statue of Giuseppe Tartini, Piran's most famous son. Tartini was a Baroque violinist and composer who revolutionized music theory, and his house is still here, painted in bright yellow and now a small museum. One of the most charming sights on the square is the Venetian house, a Gothic beauty built by a Venetian merchant to impress his local lover. Wander away from the square and you'll lose yourself in a maze of narrow alleys, archways, and tiny squares. Eventually, they all lead to the original medieval center of town. In the middle stands a grand Baroque cistern, once used to collect rainwater. But the true crown of Piran is St. George Church, dramatically perched above the town on a clifftop. Built in the 17th century, it's visible from miles and offers panoramic views of Slovenia, Italy, and Croatia all at once. Next to it stands the bell tower, a replica of St. Mark's Campanile in Venice. Climb the 146 steps for one of the most breathtaking views in the country. Piran may be historic, but it's also made for summer. The rocky shore is dotted with swimming ladders and sunbathers. Locals lay out towels right on the stones. For a classic beach vibe, follow the trail to Fiesa Beach, nestled in a bay with pine trees and playgrounds, perfect for families. Or head towards Bernardine Beach, where you'll find a wider stretch of pebbles near the ruins of a 15th century monastery. Just outside of town lies something truly unique, the Sacholia salt pans. These centuries-old salt fields still use traditional methods, producing gourmet sea salt and preserving a way of life. You can visit the museum, explore the nature reserve, or even soak in a thalassotherapy spa using the salt and mud from the pans.
So there you have it, 5 unforgettable places that prove Slovenia truly has it all. Alpine lakes, medieval castles, underground worlds, and a slice of Adriatic coast. And the best part, it's so compact you can experience it all without ever driving far. If you're looking for your next hidden gem in Europe, Slovenia should be right at the top of your list. To make planning easy, just check the QR code or the links in the description. Everything I mentioned is right there thanks to today's sponsor, Get Your Guide. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and subscribe for more hidden European gems. Have you been to Slovenia, or is it on your list now? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. I'm Rock. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.